Hello everyone, Vanguard of Valor here, and welcome back to another episode of Volgarr the Viking. We have at long last made it to the Dragon's Keep itself, and we're going to do our best to take him down with the greatest of ease. Now, no saying that's going to happen, but we're going to try. There are a lot of things to make our lives more difficult, however. First of all, there are a variety of enemies from all the areas we've faced so far. In addition to that, we also have to deal with a complicated series of nasty platforming challenges. And surprise, surprise, some of the nastiest ones in the game are hiding here in this level. At least, some of the nastiest ones that I've seen so far. I haven't played through all the hard levels, and I haven't played through the 7th area, which I haven't been able to access yet. So I don't know exactly what could be out there, but of the normal game, surprise, surprise, the last level has most of them. So, we're going to try and do our best to sneak into some other interesting areas. For example, by climbing up on that spear and setting another spear in the wall, we can get up here to another chest to grab ourselves a bit more gear. This area is absolutely lousy with gear, which means there is stuff everywhere for you if you're looking for it. Now, that's a good thing, because you are definitely going to take some damage during your venture here. It's pretty much impossible for you to make it through this entire way without ever taking damage. But we will do our best to take as little as possible. Come on now. You zombies. There's innumerable numbers of you here, and it's outrageous. Excellent. Now, we do want to kill off that Red Knight before he jumps down, if at all possible, to make him a little bit easier to manage, and we can work our way up pretty safely now up here. I do want to try and grab the treasure. We've got to watch out for the door trap here, because these spikes will spike out at us. I'm not sure when the timing on them was set at. We also have to watch out for a variety of nasty combinations like this, where there are projectile traps beside projectile traps. All kinds of nasty combinations in here. Anyway, we can kill off these enemies pretty easily. There are a variety of explosives in this area we can use to do that. We're going to grab ourselves a Thor's hammer and a pillar, and then try and make our way onwards. If we can do this safely, I'll be quite pleased. And boop! That is another dead soldier, and we can come forwards here while he jumps and kill him off with an angry bat. Perfect. Killing off a bee will give us a bit more... bit nothing. Give us a bit of room to maneuver. And now we have to face off against one of these boomerang throwers while he has his feet protected by a selection of slimes. Ugh. Now we should be able to kill him now. There we go. Perfect. Not my most graceful maneuver, but he went down, so I'm okay with it. We've actually been doing pretty well here. This is a fairly challenging area. Like I said, if we take some damage, we'll just be continuing on regardless, because it is not easy to make through this place unscathed. We are going to do our best to stop many of these enemies from ambushing us, though, and killing them off early makes that a little bit more reasonable. Come on now, game, don't do this to me. Ugh. Couldn't get over that tiny lip. Alright. We do want to kill off the lizard man, thank you, safely, because we want to be able to hold on to our gear for the enemy who lies down here. We have another one of these skeleton knights, and I'd love to be able to use our fire sword to kill them nice and safely like that. Now, through here is a nasty challenge indeed. A nasty, nasty challenge. We have to watch out for those fireballs. Wait for that second jump, because otherwise they will knock you clean off of that chain, and since there's nothing but fire beneath, you will instantly die. And that's generally not the most satisfying of things to have happen to you. If you throw a spear as you jump here, you'll be able to hit that bomb before it has a chance to activate. Make sure you drop off of that chain and not the next one. Stand near the front of your boat and throw a spear at the maximum jump, and you'll be able to kill that raven before he gets in action. And jumping this way should allow you to easily reach yourselves some lovely extra loot. Unfortunately, I normally waste this Thor's hammer on this knight. We'll do our best to avoid that. Perfect. There we go, and we can move forwards. Now, this is one of the most fiendish rooms in the entire tower. Not this part. Climbing up here is pretty easy. All you have to do is make sure your body faces away from the spikes, and you can actually climb up pretty safely. The challenge... lies in the upcoming area. Not this one either. This one's also pretty straightforward. We are going to stab this skeleton, grab ourselves some extra treasure, kill ourselves a clam. The real challenge lies on the other side of this wall. It is nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. We see those jumping fireballs there? We're going to wait till the fireball on the left jumps over the platform. There we go. Now we can drop down. We're going to throw a spear as we fall. We're also going to duck. And we jump and throw a spear. We need to wait and block an attack, jump back and throw a spear. We need to block the attack and jump, throw a spear. Block the attack, jump, and throw a spear. This is a very methodical area. If you do not wait for your turn, you will get killed, hit by something, and knocked into the fire. You can also not double jump, because if you do, you'll fall into the fire, and it's just a nightmare. You have to block with the iron shield, or be very, very lucky. Now, this place is also a bit of a challenge. We're going to see if we can make it through here okay. These fire-throwing guys aren't too bad, but the fact is, with this trap right here. It makes it a little bit more challenging. I need to be able to jump up onto this ledge and block, so that way we can jump up and kill him pretty safely. Perfect. Now, we're starting to get lots of loot. We've managed to not take too much damage at all this run, which is pretty fantastic. We want to get our spear up as high as possible, though. Perfect. Because we need to climb up here, and this is a nasty one. I almost always get hit in this area, so we'll see if I can make it through without that today. Climb, climb. Alright, now we do climb up again. Climb up again. Perfect. We made it. That is a nasty little one. Now, we know there's another red lizard man over there, so we'll murder him outright. And we know there's a spider on the ceiling, so we can kill him when he lands on us. Those spiders aren't too bad to deal with because of the fact that they always move into you and then drop just before you. So it's pretty easy to hit them with a sword as they approach. Sweeping down here, we don't have too much to worry about. There are a couple barbarians in this area that can give you some trouble. Like this one. There we go, but he's dead. We can kill off this army of the undead as well. Perfect. Oop, hello, go away. And grab ourselves some free treasure. Perfect. This is another Thor's Hammer location in case you have managed to in case you have managed to lose your first one, there was another one in here for you to grab, is what I was trying to say, except it really did not come out like that at all. So what we're going to do is, we're going to come up this way. There is some treasure in 2 locations in here. Like I said, there was a lot of loot to be had in this area, so we're going to try and grab a bunch of it. Dropping down on this side lets us scoot down over here. We can find ourselves another treasure chest, and this wall contains another Thor's Hammer, so we'll grab that. Excellent. Now we can come over this way, activate that unfortunate gnome, and murder him. Thank you. Excellent. We are up to 2,000 gold, which is pretty phenomenal for one area. Now we're getting pretty close to the end. We're still got a long way to go yet, but we're getting there. We have a lot of enemies still to face off against, though, so we're not going to call it before we get there. Now, wait for that guy to come by. We are going to immediately jump. Oh, I wasted my Thor's Hammer already. That's disappointing. Oh well. Not the end of the world. We do want to watch out for these ghosts, though, because they can give us a hard time in the areas to come if we don't kill them early. And they will keep spawning until we get a little bit further away. So if we can get over to here, we should be pretty much safe from them. We've got some spiders going on in here and some fireballs in the floor. Generally not too challenging. You should be a bit quick with your timing there, and you should be able to take them out pretty safely. And we can lead them back here where we can kill them at our leisure. Perfect. Now the next one's a little bit easier, but we do want to wait for the fireballs to go past so we don't accidentally jump onto something that is undoubtedly going to kill us. And now we can just throw some fireballs to kill the cultist. Perfect. More loot. I'm pretty happy with how this has gone so far, but it is definitely not done yet. There's always more. Always, always more. So, more lizardmen are going to run up at us. We might as well let them come to us before we move on. In this area up ahead, we have some more gnomes, we have some pretty easy platforming to deal with, and we have more gnomes. There are a lot of gnomes in this area, in case you couldn't tell. Now, we are going to have to watch out for this skeleton, because he will try and stab you when you're standing on the platform, and his sword can actually hit you through the floor, which is no fun. This is a nasty little trap here, actually. So do not jump here. Jumping is exactly what they want you to do. Stand right underneath the spears and jump. You see that bat up there? He is just waiting to cause your untimely death. So we are going to climb up here instead, jump across, and lower him that way. Perfect. We could have killed him earlier if we wanted, but we're not going to worry about that. We're going to drop this guy, kill both of them with the bat, and that way we can get down pretty safely. Now we can kill off this one and grab ourselves that loot. Voila. If you kill that top floor bat, you will not be able to get into that loot chest because he will not trigger for anything else, so watch out for that. That clam, rather. We're getting very close to the end. We've actually managed to do it without any terrible deaths, which is nice, so we'll try and keep things that way. If we can kill off these guys, that would be even better. Awesome. And here's an interesting little trap. 3 fireballs in one go. All you have to do is jump in the gap. Can we manage it? Apparently not. Thankfully, we didn't die. Oops. And now we've made it. We can kill him. This is actually a really easy challenge. I'm not sure what this is all about, especially if they have the fire sword. All you have to do is walk up to them and murder them all. But you know what? I'm guessing there was some way it would be more difficult, but I don't really get what it would be, because all you have to do is have any sword attacks, and you can easily get through it. Whatever. Kill off that fishman. It's actually safer to stand over here, because he doesn't land directly on your head that way, but I did not do that time, so whatever. More treasure, and we'll work our way up. I believe this may be the final room we have reached. We'll see if we can make it past it. This is another tricky one. It has a variety of nasty enemies in it, particularly at the end. But we'll see what we can do to make it through unscathed. So, jumping up here triggers a spider, so you can kill him off early. Jumping here lets you murder him, and you can actually trigger him through the floor, which is kind of fun, as well as the spider that drops down as well. This one is going to come and land on you, but you can easily kill him the normal way for these spiders. Jumping down here isn't too hard. You just watch out for the bats. They are generally not too much of a problem, but they can be pretty nasty if you're not prepared for them. There we go, they can kill off some of our enemies for us. Whew boy! We have a couple more areas left to go. This one is a sneaky one. Do this! This guy gets much easier to fight if you stick a spear in the wall and don't have to deal with all the enemies below at the same time. Also, be patient with him. Throwing spears at more than once at a time is an easy way to be out of the timing loop and accidentally get hit by an attack for no reason. Now, these enemies are going to be troublesome nonetheless when you get down there, but at least you can deal with them one at a time this way. Oh, come on, that was an easy stab. What am I doing? Whoa, what was that? I just rolled twice instead of jumping when I wasn't holding down. That was strange. The controls decided I needed to lose all of my gear there for some reason, but that's okay. This is the final area, I believe, so we're going to do our best to make good on our gear. We've managed to get another Thor's hammer at exactly the wrong time for it to be useless. Now, oh, come on now! That's not cool. Oh well. Ugh, messing up all of a sudden. That's okay, though. This is a very hard area, so I'm happy I've made it even this far without getting horribly, horribly destroyed. So, what are we going to do next? Well, we're going to have to try and climb up this way, because there's no way we're getting in there at the moment. We're going to have to use the bats to do our bidding, get them to kill these guys, so we can drop down and try and approach the knight himself. But that is also not an easy task. We're going to have to get under here, jump over his attack, get under again, jump over his attack again, and now we can try and stab him to death, but it's going to take more than one attempt because we do not have our helmet or our fire sword. There we go, now he's dead. Perfect. Unfortunately, we don't have any of our lovely gear anymore, but we'll be able to make do, I think. There is still a bit more treasure to be had in this area, so we can get more or less well-equipped, and there's always a full reset of gear before you face off against Fafnir, which is a nice little consideration for us. Kill off these guys. There is a spider on the ceiling as well who's going to drop onto our sword. And one more red lizard man. There we go. More enemies. Always more enemies. Always more enemies. Now this is just about the end of the area. We have to try a tricky little maneuver here. We're going to try and throw a spear and jump on it. Nope, I never make that one. That is one of the treasure chests I have never been able to get. I know how to get it, I just never manage it. There we go. Alright, so this isn't too bad. We have a bird knight here who's going to try and sweep at us, which is fine. We're going to jump up and throw a spear in his back, and another one. He's going to take an attack down at us, which means we can kill him easily. Stab, stab, stab. There we go. Throw a spear into the wall. Climb up on the spear. And we can use this platform to kill... Oh, hello. Careful. We do not want to move forwards here, though, because that's the last thing that will help us. Why am I moving forward every time I jump? I don't understand why that is. The controls are doing weird things all of a sudden near the end of this, but I'm not sure what's going on. The main reason we don't want to move forward there is because that will cause them to bite down at you, and your head is at the perfect height to not be covered by your shield from there. So that is another dead snake man. We have 4,400 gold, which is pretty ridiculous, and we have made it to Fafnir himself. I am probably going to die a couple times while trying to fight him, but that is fine by me. He is ridiculously difficult. So, we are going to try and do our best to fight Fafnir on our first try. As Fafnir turns into dragon form, we can get a couple free hits in on him. You have to be very careful while doing this, because otherwise you will hit his body and you will take damage. You can stand right about here and be safe from all of his attacks. You can get a bunch of spiral attacks in on him. When he does to do this, though, there is nothing you can do except for jump to safety. We accidentally did not jump properly and wasted our awesome fire sword, which is going to make this significantly more challenging, because now we cannot reach him with our sweeping attacks. This is definitely not good looking. We can potentially survive this still, because he is now going to be going back to the normal standard of attacks. We still are out of range, unfortunately, and we cannot do anything easier to get hits on him. Now is the time when you really want to have that fire sword and helmet, because you'll be able to hit all those hits on him nice and well. I'll see if I can manage it perhaps next life, because now things just got a whole lot more difficult. We cannot easily survive. We're going to have to try and get up on our spear here before we get murdered again for no good reason, and I'm going to die. Ouch. This is terrible. I cannot dodge anything here. It feels like the controls got really clunky and unresponsive, though, so I'm not sure what's going on. Perhaps it's the fact that he's very animated and I'm recording, but I'm not reacting very quickly to my controls, which is not cool. We'll try again, though. We can try here as many times as we want, because we are going to fight here till we kill him. I'll do my best to not lose all of my treasure in the process, but like I did mention, he is pretty darn hard. So, no promises there. We're going to try our best, though. So, slash at him a bunch of times. Yeah, it's getting really laggy, really sluggish for some reason. So we'll slash at him a couple times. Once he goes to the other side... Oh, no, we're immediately going to run. We don't have to get up high, we just have to get up high enough. There we go. Now he's going to start doing his attacks again. We can keep slashing at him. If he gets down on the floor level, we should be able to kill him outright safely. We should be very careful about not getting hit by any of these attacks, because this is our moment of truth. Hitting him a couple more times here with our sword should weaken him significantly so that we can kill him during this approach. Because now all we do is slash, slash, slash until he dies. Come on, we have killed Fafnir. Second try is the charm. It's too bad we lost our fire sword there, but we managed it at long last. Fantastic. And we can open up our treasure, get a lot of pitiful loot because we took way too long in that area, but that's okay. I will take the 3,700 gold. We lost about 600 gold there. That's crazy. Ugh. Oh well, I will take it. That brings our total for this life up to 12,200. Fantastic. Look at all that loot. Look at it. It is glorious. Glorious, glorious loot. Fantastic. There's all manner of things completed. We have smashed the tower. We have done what we... Hang on. Why is your eyes on fire? Ominous. Is there a hard mode exit here? I don't know. That'd be scary. Anyway, we have defeated Fafnir's tower. And it has been a long journey, but we've made it at last. Now we can go watch ourselves some credits. Let's roll through here and see what happens.
I am Fafnir, once a dwarf, then a dragon, and now... Many sought my wealth and my hide, so with the help of a kindred spirit, I built a protective tower and sealed it with an ancient magic even the Aesir could not penetrate. This magic was tied to the life force of my hand-picked guardians, each granted unparalleled power and dominion over their region in exchange for their loyalty. But then this crazy Viking comes out of nowhere, slaughters my guardians, breaks my seals, storms my tower, and puts me to the blade. What a jerk. Nice helmet, though. What became of this Viking? Well, I can't really say, being that I'm now dead, with all my research and plans gone to waste. Now let me be. But hands off my treasure. There is more to Volgar's tale. Try this.
Da-da-da. This is basically telling you how to get into hard mode levels now. If you get all the chests, get all your gear, get all the treasure, you can get warrior spirits, which allows you into the horrible death. Killing the bosses then lets you activate the things and try the hard mode levels. I might try and do videos for hard mode levels eventually, but that's going to be a while because I'm not that awesome yet. And now we still have control because the credits are actually pretty cool. During the credits of Volgarr the Viking, we are actually running around. We get to murder all of the enemies we've seen up until this point. Featuring Odin Allfather. I'm probably not going to watch all of this because while it is a pretty cool thing, it's also a very long credits. But yeah, something cool you can run around in. You can actually stand on the platforms as well. We have a Valkyrie over there. The Valkyries are your revival system in the normal game. I wonder what happens if you ride this all the way up. I'm not sure. Anyway, we can murder all of the enemies as they come up. We can get all the upgrades, and then we eventually get all of the money as well. And things continue. Can you get hit by these guys? No, you cannot. Can you walk into them? No, you cannot. That's what I thought. Anyway, it's a pretty cool thing. I had a lot of fun with this game. I'm still having a lot of fun with this game because I'm just trying all the hard mode levels now. But yeah, you should definitely give it a try if you like hard things. Hard things. If you like challenges. You also get all the names of the enemies here, which is kind of cool. You can stand in the bosses, do all kinds of silly things. Can you throw spears in them? I think you can. Oh, no, not this one. Right. Anyway, this has been VanguardOfValor playing through Volgarr the Viking. I am a little bit disappointed that we did die one time there in the last level, but you know what? I think that was pretty good given that it was the last level of the game and all. So yeah. Anyhow, if you liked the episode, don't forget to leave a like on the episode, give me a comment letting me know what you thought about the series as a whole, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.